What time is it right now? 10:50. Yeah, I still got time. I got another interview later today. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Wow, big news today. But let me just clear this on my phone. Sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, I'm sure you just heard about this, right? This is massive. So, Warner Brothers has decided that they are going to release their entire 2021 lineup, 2021 movie slate, in cinemas and on HBO Max on the same day, release day. And as you know, a lot of the movie theaters here across the country is still closed. So I guess we are referring this to global cinema or theaters outside of the US because international markets, some theaters out there are actually already back open, unlike our theaters here. So let's read here from Deadline. Warner Media did not have to wait until Wonder Woman 1984 debuted both on HBO Max and theaters. The Burbank, CA-based Warner Brothers is putting its entire 2021 theatrical slate on HBO Max for the film's respective first month of release, concurrent with a global cinema release. See, they have to emphasize the global part. So as to not be mistaken for US theaters. Following the 1-month HBO Max access period domestically, each film will leave the platform and continue theatrically in the US and international territories. I guess some theaters in the US are already back open. Definitely not here in Southern California. Very strict restrictions here because of the COVID, with all customary distribution windows applying to the title. And get a load of what you'll be able to see in home next year. Denzel Washington's The Little Things, Judas and the Black Messiah, Tom and Jerry, Godzilla vs. Kong, holy crap. Godzilla vs. Kong should be a theater only, man. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, Mortal Kombat, the new one, Those Who Wish Me Dead, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, In the Heights, which is a musical, Space Jam: A New Legacy, that's one with LeBron James, The Suicide Squad, which is a Suicide Squad sequel, Reminiscence, Malignant, Dune, holy crap, The Many Saints of Newark, King Richard, Cry Macho, and Matrix 4. Even Matrix 4. What up, Robert? Robert Makes the Cut is here. James Condit is here as well. Robert Makes the Cut asks, how am I doing? I'm doing well, my friend. Thank you so much for asking. Appreciate it. What do you think about this big news, my friend? James Condit says, hi to you as well. James Condit says, this is exciting. Okay, so you think this is exciting? That's cool. And Robert says hi to James. So here are the movies. So again, Warner Brothers is releasing, as you know, Wonder Woman 1984 the same day as the theatrical release, which is Christmas Day. And then they're like, you know what? Let's go further. Let's go one step. Let's go release all our movies of 2021 on the same day with the cinema and HBO Max. So here it is: The Little Things, Judas and the Black Messiah, Godzilla vs. Kong. I got that's a bone I need to pick, man. That's a movie only for theatrical experience. I mean, are you with me on this? I'm like, come on. No matter how big your TV screen at home, like it's just not it's just not the same to enjoy Godzilla vs. Kong, man, on HBO Max. So Robert Makes the Cut says this is the death sentence for movie theaters. I would argue that COVID was the death sentence for movie theaters. It has been dying since March, and so I would, I don't disagree with your assessment, Robert. But I guess the more perfect way to put it is that this is the nail on the coffin the nail on the coffin. And it goes to show that unfortunately the industry is dying. Theatrical industry as we once knew it. And that's sad, Robert, because I was looking forward to Avatar sequels. I mean, come on now. And I was looking forward to just the big screen experience movies that's coming up in the years to come. I can't remember on top of my head, but Avatar sequels definitely. James Cameron is supposed to bring us four of them, and so if I were to watch those Avatar, big experiences kind of thing on streaming service, I just I guess I will have to do it, but my excitement, my enthusiasm is not there yet, Robert. That's what I'm saying. Robert Makes the Cut says, I'm an HBO Max subscriber. I have to admit, I'd rather see it in the theaters too. That's true. But James Conner said, you gotta for what you got. Of course. And still a bummer. Of course. I don't disagree with that. And what can we do, right? We're still in the pandemic, and there's no vaccines. There's even, like, I think I've mentioned to you this before. Even if, say, there's vaccines in spring 2021, like, the possibility, or I guess the word is probability of things going back to normal or to normalcy, where people feel comfortable, feel safe, without fear or concern being near each other or being near other people, in compact, indoors. I would still feel like even if I get the vaccine, it would take months or maybe a while for me to actually, do I need to go to that party? I know it's my cousin's birthday party. You know what I'm saying? You still have that apprehension, if you will. That's the word I'm looking for. So it's not gonna get to normalcy until probably late 2021 or maybe 2022. So despite the availability of the vaccine, so yes, unfortunately, even though we have maybe trepidation about this whole decision by Warner Brothers releasing movies date to date of theaters and HBO Max, at the end of the day, it's a business decision on their part. They're thinking like, we gotta make money, if we release these movies in theaters, the same result that happened to Tenet will happen to them. Do you remember what happened to Tenet? It opened only like in select theaters in freaking Las Vegas or San Diego, these one or two IMAX theaters that apparently defied COVID. And even Tom Cruise went to one of them. Tom Cruise like, oh, look at me. He kind of videoed himself going to a theater watching Tenet with a mask on. Even Tom Cruise couldn't get people to go to the theaters. And then Tenet only made like $20 million in its opening day, and it's like a $200 million budget movie. So, so it's a business decision. And Robert says that COVID-19 is mainly responsible for this. Exactly, definitely, business decision. And also business decision on top of that is, and I'm sure you can agree with me on this, Robert and James, is that HBO Max is struggling as far as subscription goes compared to its competitors, right? Disney Plus, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, everybody's all over those. HBO Max is fairly new, it's not struggling as in like it's gonna get extinct, kind of like Kiwi or Quibi, whatever you call it. But it's not on the same level as its competitors. It's like, we gotta do something to get this streaming service to, and apparently the release of the show, The Flight Attendant, starring that girl from The Big Bang Theory, it's not enough to attract people. So this is one way to do it. WB is gonna help the streaming service HBO Max to get more subscribers, because I think in the race of streaming service, overall competition, HBO Max is way behind the rest of its rivals, definitely. And Smurti Amota Ugdada is here from India. Yes, HBO Max is also not available in India. So HBO Max is not available internationally, only in America. But here's the thing, though, Smruti, to answer your question, as you can see from this report on Deadline, um, so Warner Brothers is putting its entire 2021 theatrical slate on HBO Max for the film's respective first month of release, right? Only the first month of release, and then, it'll go away from HBO Max, and then it says concurrent with global cinema release. Concurrent with global cinema release. So I don't know how it is in India. I don't know how it is in my homeland Indonesia as well. My little sister in Indonesia told me that some of the theaters were back open there, or had reopened. So it seems that I'm under the impression here, or the assumption, because I live in Southern California, but I'm under the assumption that outside the bubble of US, it seems that the international markets, theatrical goes, are doing much better. As in they reopened, as opposed to us that haven't reopened generally. So it seems like, I don't know how it is in India, but I think the hope is, even though there's no HBO Max in India or Indonesia or other outside US, the hope is that there will be theaters that open in those countries, as opposed to us here in America. Monster Air Paradise, do you think Disney Plus will have R content? Rated R content? Oh, well, that's another topic for another video. But yeah, that's also a good question, because Disney owns 20th Century Fox now, right? Or they call it 20th Century Studios now. And part of that property, part of their Marvel property is Deadpool, and Deadpool is rated R. So we'll see. I would love it, but Disney Plus always brags that they are more family friendly. Even the Marvel shows that are coming, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it's supposed to be lighter compared to the Netflix Marvel series like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage. It's supposed to be like, the WandaVision and Falcon is supposed to be like not as gritty, not as grim. So, but we'll see. I think, though, my guess is, because Disney owns Hulu, right? Disney owns Hulu, and Hulu does R-rated stuff. So my guess is if any of the R-rated properties of 20th Century Fox would end up on a streaming service owned by Disney, it will probably end up with Hulu instead of Disney Plus. That's my guess. James Condit is here. Oh, let's go to Shyamalan real quick here. Piracy can also affect these films. Correct. But here's the thing. The release of this film is date to date, meaning like on the same day. All right. So because let's see, one of the films is The Matrix 4. Holy crap! They're releasing Matrix 4 on streaming service. That's also that's a theatrical experience movie. You gotta agree with me on that. But anyway, so for example, The Matrix 4 opens June 4th, 2021. It'll be June 4th on HBO Max and June 4th in theaters, assuming globally, international markets. So in the past, usually it has been the case where movies that open internationally first, let me give you an example. I remember Thor: The Dark World, or Jurassic Fallen Kingdom, 2018. It opened 1 month before the US release. It opened in international markets a full month before it hits here in the US. And of course, because international markets, including my homeland, Indonesia, they still have piracy problem. And so the first week that the movie arrived in international theaters, somebody bootlegged it, somebody taped it inside the theater and distributed it online, even though it's shaky and bad quality, but it's there online. The same thing happened with Tenet this past summer. Tenet opened international first, so before domestically. So yeah, there will be piracy problems, but not as, I guess you could, what's the word I'm looking for here? Not as prevalent, because the movie will open on the same day as HBO Max. So here in the US, I guess you have the option, to watch it on bootleg if you want, but you don't have to, because it's available on HBO Max anyway on the same day that it arrived, or it arrives in the international markets. So definitely, but thank you for that thought. James Condit, yeah, definitely. That's why I said this is exciting. I was also saying existing for all of movie fans, existing for them as well. Okay, all right. Thank you for the thought there. Definitely. Chaos is coming. Hello, Chaos is coming. Man, I am a big fan of your avatar, Chaos. I'm like, Jared Leto as the Joker on Suicide Squad. He did not get the moment he deserved, man. He should have shined brighter in that movie. I just saw the IGN trailer for the movies for next year. Oh my god. Yes. So you saw the trailer for the movies that WB will release next year on HBO Max, right? Yes. It's insane. And the list is here. It's on Deadline here. The Little Things, Judas and the Black Messiah, Tom and Jerry, Godzilla vs. Kong, Mortal Kombat, Those Who Wish Me Dead, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, In the Heights, Space Jam: A New Legacy, The Suicide Squad, Reminiscence, Malignant, Dune, The Many Saints of Newark, King Richard, Cry Macho, and Matrix 4. Wow. Chaos is Coming says, as much as a big DC fanboy I am, Godzilla vs. Kong needs to be seen on the big screen. Yes, thank you. Exactly my sentiment. One person will watch Godzilla vs. Kong on their tiny phone somewhere. That's the thing too, man. Could you imagine if COVID had arrived last year? If COVID was a 2019 problem instead of this year, 2020, oh my God, Avengers Endgame, they would not have broken the box office record. They would not have defeated Avatar, you know what I'm saying? And movies like 1917, the World War I movie, do you remember that? The one-take cinematography. Oh my God, could you imagine if we didn't see that in theaters? That was like a great theatrical experience. Oh, so immersive. 1917, man, it's like a theater movie. Some movies are meant to be enjoyed only on the big screen. And Godzilla vs. Kong is one of them. Matrix 4 is another one. I would also argue Dune, The Suicide Squad. I think movies like In the Heights, which is a musical, or Space Jam: A New Legacy, or Tom and Jerry. Yeah, you can throw that. You can throw those into HBO Max. But these other ones, like, come on now. It's just I don't know how. Again, as I said earlier, this is how it's gonna be. There's nothing we can do. We're still in pandemic. But my enthusiasm or my excitement is not fully 100% there yet, because of how I feel about some of these titles that should be in the on the big screen only. Chaos is Coming said, thank you. I've been defending Jared Leto's Joker for years. He needed more time before we can judge. A lot of his scenes were taken out, so it wasn't fair. Totally, man. Totally. And I'm really sad that he's not coming back for the Suicide Squad. So that's probably, I guess, the one and only regret. But I think he's coming back, or he has some footage, right? In Zack Snyder's Justice League, Zack Snyder cut next year. I think he has some. I think Jared Leto's a part of that to a certain degree and somehow. I'm sure. Maybe you can fill me in more on that. Smoothity says, still waiting on Jared Leto's Morbius. Hello, yes, Morbius. That trailer was awesome too. I mean, come on now. Have you guys seen the trailer? Or maybe the teaser, not the trailer yet. But it's so cool. I thought chaos is coming. Like literally chaos is coming. The makers are lucky, Shimala says. Uh, Chaos is coming. Also, I used to get attacked for my Joker avatar pick. I keep it to annoy people, and I do love his Joker. Why'd you get attacked? That's so odd that you get attacked. I mean, like, come on, Jared Leto is a great actor, and his interpretation of Joker, be it very short and brief, and not given much screen time, it was awesome, at least in my opinion. So, yeah, let's see. I think this is the trailer that you were referring to, right? Maybe we can let me turn off the music here so you guys can see it. I think this is the trailer that Chaos is Coming was referring to. So let's watch it together. So sorry, I got a lot of windows here open on my browser. I was busy doing stuff while this news hit the web. Okay, so let's let me turn up the volume so you guys can see it. Can you guys see it? On Twitter.
There's something happening.
In the next year, Warner Brothers Pictures is bringing you the biggest premieres.
So this is the Suicide Squad.
In theaters and streaming exclusively on HBO Max. The exact same day.
But the what now?
Theaters and streaming on HBO Max beginning December 25th.
I gotta be honest, that where is it? Where is that footage? Okay, that's hot. I live for Gal Gadot winking at me. All right, I live and breathe and die and eat and sleep for that. That's hot. I wish I could get a Gal Gadot winking at me every day. You know what? I'm gonna put that as my my cell phone screensaver or wallpaper. But yeah, that's the trailer for you. And that's the big news of the day. And this is something that we're just gonna have to find a way to be okay with, unless by some miracle, people will be. Like I said, even if we have vaccines ready and available, people will still have fears and concerns about being near other people, indoors, or it's that feeling of concern and fear. It will not dissipate probably for another year. I want to say people will be until people get confident again to going back to theaters. But I think this is a wise business decision on their part. I don't know if the other studios will follow suit. We'll see how the other, Lionsgate, Universal Pictures, how they would respond to this. But I'm sure they're going to be like really looking closely on the development of this decision by Warner Brothers. So, wow, interesting indefinitely. Okay, you guys, I gotta go back to editing my video interviews. Thank you so much for, there you go. Thank you so much for tuning in and for chatting with me. And as always, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Oh, let's see here. What's the, let me get the James' last comment here. I'm probably going to get a lot of roast for saying this, but I think I'm the most excited because I'm not a big fan of the big blockbusters like Wonder Woman or Godzilla vs. Kong. Okay, and that's fair, man. That's totally fair, We like what we like. So if you are excited about the fact that Tom and Jerry, or In the Heights, one of those, coming to HBO Max on the same day as the cinema release, hey, more power to you, man. More power to you. You do you, boo. For the rest of us, I'm like, because we are more hyped, more stoked about the big blockbuster ones, like Wonder Woman and Godzilla vs. Kong and Matrix 4. And James Scott still want to try to see In the Heights on the big screen. Yep. And oh, Chaos is coming. So many people hate Leto's Joker. They hate on my profile pic, so I used to get a lot. Your profile pic is Jared Leto, so your opinion don't matter. Oh, oh, that hurts, man. That's not cool. Uh, how is it that somebody's opinion matters or not based on their avatar? Like, really? You're basing it on the. You're judging people's opinions based on like. That's not cool. That's not cool. So well, I'm not one of those guys. Chaos is coming. So I think Jared Leto or his version of the Joker is pretty awesome in my book. All right, you guys. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Okay, let's rock this. Thank you for chatting with me, everybody. James, Chaos, Smruti, Shamala, Monster Paradise, Robert makes the cut. Who am I missing? Yep. Thank you so much, you guys. Let's rock this.